Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I went from fat to fit. Stick around. Alright, so thanks for being here today and welcome to this channel. This is the first of my series and I'm more than happy to host you today. But if you want to know what's going to happen, just click on the subscribe link and join me in my journey to become a healthier middleman and obviously a modern gentleman. Thank you for being here. All right, so today I'm going to talk about something that's pretty close to my heart, and I'm going to give you a few tips on how to get there. And at the end of the video, I will be giving you one final tip to make sure that you can actually continue and sustain that weight loss. Before I do that, I'm actually going to be talking about my own experience, and I think it's important that people, kind of know what I've been through. And I think we've all been through different stories, but it's always very similar. So what happened to me is I was a healthy, sporty little kid, and until my mid-20s, and basically I got married, I got kids, and I did what the French people call a couvade. Couvade is kind of a double pregnancy, and there we were. So I ended up having two daughters, two wonderful daughters I'm very happy with, and I also had two babies of my own, but they stayed on my belly. So that's what happened. So basically, being a pretty short guy, I'm 5'6", I ended up in a situation where I was actually 5'6" and 200 pounds. So that's clearly on the overweight side. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't good. I needed to do something about it, but you know how it works. We're all in denial, trying not to accept it. So for the most part of the 10 following years, I did nothing about it. The only thing I was doing is basically avoiding the mirror to make sure that, well, I couldn't see myself. So if I didn't see myself, it didn't happen. So yeah, that's what happened until that fatal day, 10 years after, where I was on vacation with my parents, enjoying the beach and obviously in my swimsuit, and my dad was standing there, and he's a very blunt person, and you understand why. He was looking at me, and he raised an eyebrow, and he was like, what's going on? I don't know, something was off, I didn't know why, and after a while he came to me and he said, son, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, yeah, sure, Dad, what's going on? I didn't see it coming. He looked at me and he said, son, you are fat as a monk. And as we say in French, gras comme un moine. And I was a bit baffled. I was like, what the hell's going on? I mean, okay, yeah, right. So I went back to Hong Kong and started looking at myself in the mirror. And I also saw a picture of me, which I absolutely hated, which was a picture that was taken during my birthday, where my belly was out, where I could see, that big lump of fat beneath my chin, and I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work anymore. So I was in my mid-30s at the time, so what I did is basically I started working out. I went to the gym and I became a gym rat. Enjoyed it for a while and started hating it because, running on a machine like a hamster is not something that I want to do. So I did it for a while, and once I was done, I started going on the outdoors, and that is the part that I really loved. I went for trail running, I started doing 25K, which I thought I would be dying, and then I did 50K, and then 70K, and then 100. I even went around Mount Fuji, and that was really, really fun. I loved it. And so I did all those things, and I lost the weight, and I was a super healthy guy. I was all about, diets and making sure that I was healthy, and we all do that at some stage. But then again, time passes, and I moved to the U.S., specifically to Texas. At the end of the day, I didn't go back to 200 pounds, obviously, but I went back pretty high, and probably like 10 to 15 pounds back up. There was no way for me to lose that weight. I was working more and more, stressed in my job, as we all are. The more we go up, the more we get stressed. And so I was trying to find a solution, and there was none. So one day I said, you know what, I'm just going to fast. I started fasting, and I obviously did it the wrong way. I fasted for 3 days. Well, actually, I only lasted for 2. I was drinking Coke, I was sugar-free chewing gums, and trying to, not eat, but then I was kind of eating. So it was a big failure. I did lose some weight, but I didn't feel good. I hated it. I was like, fasting's not for me. And people who fast are anyway completely crazy. And I don't know why, after a while, I went back, on YouTube, and I came across the videos of Dr. Fung. So Dr. Fung is not a guy who initially was all about fasting. He's actually more into diabetes initially. But he realized that, there were some links between the two, and that he could actually work on the diabetes for people. So he worked, and he continued on working on something that existed already, which was basically called intermittent fasting. So first of all, what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is not a diet, and this is where it's different from all the rest. Intermittent fasting is a way of life. It's a life change. It's basically approaching food differently. Approaching food not necessarily because you're always hungry, but it's kind of approaching food as something that your body needs, and that's something that you're going to be giving to your body, but without necessarily going crazy about eating all the time. Let me lay it down very simply for you. Intermittent fasting is 16 hours of not eating, 8 hours of eating. When you are not eating, you are only drinking water, sparkling water, tea, coffee, no sugar, no additives, no milk, no nothing. Some of you may say it's tough, but it's not. In reality, you really get used to it. I got used to it, and everybody does it. This is basically it. I've just given you the great secret of intermittent fasting. In the beginning, you're probably going to go crazy, and during that 8 hours that you're actually authorized or that you're supposed to be eating, you're going to be eating like hell. You're going to be eating too much. And just try to refrain from doing that, because it's basically not going to help you. But even if you do that, here's the thing. You're not going to be gaining weight. You may not lose so much weight, but you're not going to be gaining weight. The reason why it struck a chord for me as a French guy is that there is, in the day, there are three main meals in France. It's the same, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But the difference between the English way of saying it is, in French you say petit déjeuner, déjeuner, and dîner. Petit déjeuner means small breakfast. Déjeuner is breakfast, and dinner is dinner. Easy. So what happened is, I realized that, it felt to me like the petit déjeuner had been added, because the reality is you had the déjeuner that was already there. So, it felt right, basically, to take out the breakfast, and that's what I did. So a lot of people are like, oh, you got to do this, don't do that. There is obviously, you got to do some things, you got to learn, your body's going to change, it's going to adjust. Your stomach's going to grow all the time in the beginning, and you're going to be hungry, and you're even going to be hangry, by the way, at some stage, and that's fine. Live with it. You're okay. You're not dying. Your body can go without eating for days. You will not be dying. Drink. That's what you need. That's what your body can't go without. The rest, yeah, it's okay. You may end up going for windows out shorter, 6 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. Some people only have what we call OMAD, which is one meal a day. I do that once in a while. I have no problem, and I actually vary. It's not a routine. It's a lifestyle. So what I've been doing is, I've been doing that for the last year or so, a bit more than a year now, and my body feels great. Your body's going to adapt, and it's going to change, and you'll be surprised. I'm just going to give you my example, because obviously that's what I know, but I'm sure there's 1,000 of experience right there. And if you actually had some of those experiences, I'd love to hear from you guys. I think it would be great if you could share more about this. So for me, my personal experience, and again, I'm not a doctor. If you start doing that, go and consult your doctor. That's fine. Again, some are actually very open to it. Some may be reluctant, so you got to be careful with that. But if your doctor tells you that you shouldn't be doing for whatever reason, don't change, and don't take risk on your health for nothing. But so I did it, and I've been doing it. I feel great. I have no problem. I drink a lot of water. I make sure that every day I drink my coffee, I drink my water, and that I'm fully hydrated. To me, it's kind of the key to all that. And then once in a while I binge it. I'm not joking. I mean, a few days ago I went for the pack of chips, for a sandwich and whatever, and I don't care. I don't feel guilty at the end of the day. I actually feel great. I'm like, you know what, it's okay. I'm just gonna do OMAD today. I'm just gonna have that stupid meal, enjoy it, and tomorrow I'll eat something else. So it's really that. And by the way, I crave my greens now. I'm not joking. I have greens all the time, Brussels sprouts, broccolis, and all those stuff. Health benefits. That's, to me, that's the thing that I was not looking for. I was only looking to get slimmer, let's be honest. It was all about my ego. You know, I'm a middle-aged guy, I'm getting older, I'm not doing enough sports. What can I do to kind of like counterbalance that? So that's what I was looking for. But what happened really is twofold in terms of my physical changes. I basically lowered my blood pressure. Yeah, I mean, my blood pressure is pretty high. It still is, and I have other techniques to lower it. But I did lower my blood pressure. And the other thing that I was absolutely not anticipating is that for the last 10 years, I've been having asthma. And since I started, intermittent fasting, I don't have asthma anymore. I'm not kidding you. This is not like, a magical thing. It's just that basically I feel like my body's been managing, it's been recovering, it's been taking time to heal. And this 16 hours that basically you're spending not eating gives time to your body to heal. Give your body some time. Give your digestive tube a break. He needs it. He's not supposed to be working all day. It was not built for that. It was built for something that is being used once, twice a day. This is what it is, and you'll feel better. And in the morning when I wake up, I feel amazing. I mean, today, we're in the middle of the morning. I don't have any problem. I'm feeling great. I go out, I run 10 miles outside in the Texas heat. The only thing I need is water. I feel great. If you think that you're going to feel bad, you will feel bad for a week. You will feel bad for 2 weeks maybe. Some people experience that 3 weeks, but the thing is, once you've passed that adjustment for your body, you will feel great. You can do that if I can do that. I swear to you. I mean, again, same thing about trail running. I thought I could never do 100K. I thought it was crazy to do that. I thought people who do that probably had a problem, a bit like, woohoo. And here's the thing, they're not. They're actually enjoying themselves. They're actually doing that on the trail. You see things amazing. It's the same thing for intermittent fasting. It's all in your head. This change is going to start here, and then it's going to trickle down. It's going to go to your body, and then your body is going to shrink. And it may not be right away, and there may be some plateaus. Power through. You'll be fine. It's a change of life. It's a new lifestyle. It's not a diet. You're not going to get bored because you only eat 2 times a day. You will adjust, and even socially you will adjust because you can move that window any way you want. If you want to have breakfast and lunch, you can. If you want to have lunch and dinner, you can. If you want to have dinner and drinks after that, you can. It works. I'm not asking you to be a vegan, even though I try that, and I'll maybe comment on that later. If you want to ask me, I may do that. I'm not asking you to do weird stuff. I'm obviously not asking you to join a cult. I am not in a cult. I wish I were a guru. I wouldn't have to work, but the thing is, I don't have the charisma for that. Just go for fasting and you're gonna be great. I promise. Well, I'll refund you if you don't. Well, actually I can't. It's free. It's a free advice I'm giving you. I mean, there's one actually major benefit that everybody forgets about. You're gonna save money. You're actually going to cut out 1/3 of your expenses every day in eating. How's that? How's that for a change? I'm not telling you, go and buy my new stuff because it's super diet, because it's only 5 calories, because it's blah, 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 or 0 calories. No, you don't need that. Actually, don't go and buy anything. Go and buy less. That's what I'm telling you. I am telling you that not only I'm not asking you for money, but I'm actually telling you, you're actually going to save money. This is intermittent fasting. It's not a miracle. It's just the way you eat. We're just changing that. Here's the thing. If you want to change in your life, if you're middle-aged, if you feel tired, if you feel bloated, if you have all those problems I used to have, Man, this is it. This was my solution. And trust me, I have been through so many different iterations of what I could do, what I could try, I mean, what kind of food. And I just hated those things. They were so restrictive. I want to eat carrots, I eat carrots. I want to eat potato chips, I eat potato chips. I don't care. Because I know at the end of the day that it works. Yes, sometimes my weight's going to go up and down, but here's another secret I'm going to give you. I'm done with the scale. I don't even know my weight right now because I am done with the scale. The only thing that actually gives me an indication of where I am are my clothes. And I'm happy because I fit very well in those. And those clothes, 10 years ago, I would have looked at and said, oh, I can't wear that. There's no way. Well, look at me. I'm wearing my little maple flower here, and I'm actually doing fine. So if I can do it, you can do it. If you need some advice from me, you can ask me. I'll be more than happy to share whatever you need. If there's any questions about that, do it. Now, here's my final advice. As I said, this is not a sprint. Intermittent fasting is an ultra marathon. Once you start it, you're actually going to get in that rhythm and you're going to be doing fine. Just get in that rhythm. So that's it. I mean, that's my take on intermittent fasting. It has changed my life, and I think it can change yours if this is something you're considering. Obviously, don't put your health at risk. You should never do that. But there's going to be ups and downs, but once you're in that tempo, which is exactly like for a 100K race, you're in that tempo, you're in that zone, well, you know you're going to enjoy it. And you know what? Actually, the finish line won't matter anymore. You should actually end up in a situation where it's about the journey and the finish line doesn't exist. You don't need it. So this is my take as a middle-aged guy, as a 40-something plus guy, on what you should be doing and you can be doing to basically improve your health. Now again, if you like what I said, if you're interested, if you have any questions, just, this is the place. Go for it. Click on those little buttons here. Subscribe, click on the bell. I'd love to have you guys following me because, I got a lot of things to exchange. And so I'll be talking about travel bag because I travel a lot for my work. I'll be talking about some of my ideas. I'll be talking about food. I'll be talking about cars. Again, nicer things in life. If you're interested, if you want to listen to what I have to say, click down. I wanted to give that quality, feedback from my own experiences, and I hope that it's good enough for you. And again, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope to see you very soon again.